practically urban Russian people are more than ready to adopt the mPOS solution, but it goes slower than we wish it. Now only about 10% of the Russian market is covered by mPOS solution, and all of it in retail. So banks and financial institutions have really big field for development here. The requirements go from the customer preferences. I wouldn't say for every project, but I personally represent the project management of the business tablet project. So I was the head of the pilot project, and now we are working on the next version. We and our customers consider this project successful because all the set KPIs and all our expectations were met. Definitely, we were to check several assumptions, one of which was to provide the end user with a Palm Office, mobile Palm Office, which would provide the businessman, the entrepreneur, with the tax reporting tool, mPOS, several banking services solutions, and some other non-banking services, for example, accounting and some news portal, controlling models. What we saw out of the experiment, the end of the pilot, was the main conclusion that the connection with the tax office is critical for the end user. So this was the joint activity with the Russian tax office, and we are going to continue doing so. Banks have to react to the market potential. According to the mobile operators' statistics, there are about 2 SIM cards with every Russian citizen. So the coverage is huge, and almost all of them are connected with credit cards or debit cards. So the banks will definitely go for mPOS. They try to arrange a set complex of business solution, including mPOS, for the small enterprises, because mPOS decreases the number of cash operations, and banks are strongly motivated. So they know that their customers, businessmen, entrepreneurs, they have to meet their customers' needs. He or she wants to pay card, so they have to accept cards, not to lose their customers. As I mentioned before, it's only 10% of the Russian market is covered by mPOS, and all this coverage is mostly in retail, mostly in big cities, but the number of credit cards, the number of SIM cards is definitely big, and I guess we have to work harder to provide the appropriate level to close the appropriate level of demand. And of course, Russian banks and Russian financial institutions will provide mPOS services as long as outside Russia every other financial institution. User experience is a key.